What is good, YouTube? We are back again with another banger. Let me get that off my chart. Today is February 19, 9:07, 30 seconds into 9:07. Perfect trade. Let me really break this one down today. In and out. Shoot, that would be a nice re-entry. But explaining this trade. So coming into today, I didn't really have any. That's a lie. We look bearish, so I think bearish. Like that's really all it is. We look bearish, so I think bearish. We still like look at all this. We have this 4 hour gap. Mitigated, yeah. Respected. 4 hour gap hasn't been touched. 4 hour gap respected. 4 hour gap has been respected. Come down to the 1 hour. I believe there's some 1 hour gap somewhere around here. 1 hour gap right here. Let me turn on my demonstration. We have a 1 hour gap right here. How do I do it? We have 1 hour gap right here. Just a tiny 1 hour gap right here. We're still in the middle of this 1 hour. So everything is just pointing bearish today. And so seeing that coming into market, I'm bearish. Because why would I not follow the trend that market is showing, obviously? So seeing all these signs, I come in bearish, and now it's just my it's now on me to find the perfect play to support my bias for the day. And we put in this 7:30 a.m. data low off of unemployment claims, and so we put in this data low off this unemployment claims, and we have New York AM low and Asia low down here. And I do want to see that those draws get taken, but it's just how do we get there? Now we obviously don't have any higher time frame gaps to sweep because off the open, right? We are opening at 8:30 around 854, and that's a 200-point move to the nearest draw to the upside if we are looking for a reversal to the downside. So obviously that's in my head. It's like, okay, we're not going to be taking out higher time frame draws to go lower. So now it's just, can I make a play within what market gives me with how close we are to our data low, New York AM low, and Asia low? And honestly, market doesn't give anything, but we do end up sweeping out this data low, and we put in this lonely 1 minute bearish for Valley Gap. And right here we see this 1 minute bearish for Valley Gap go inverse, but this is just something that I think you get with time, and you start to realize when market wants to manipulate you. Now, once again, I've seen this type of play so many times, and I've seen us take out one draw and we've left others, and we'll inverse, and it looks clean for higher, but that's how you get played. And so just having that intuition, coming in and having that intuition, I was waiting. This does look like a clean IFEG to the upside. We did sweep out a draw, and everything could look good for a little higher, but I just felt like it wasn't time. Market likes to manipulate, and I've seen this play, and usually we'll inverse and it'll look good for higher, and then we'll come down and we'll take out the last of these two draws. And we see here, if you get in right here, it's a 70-point candle. Let me not use this tool. Look at this. This is a 70-point candle right here that would have just stopped you out immediately off this inverse. So I'm glad I didn't take that. And now we come down and we still fail to take out these lows, but we are now starting to push higher. At this time, we had this 15-minute bearish gap, but once again, market is never going to make it easy on you, and we see that we have two 15-minute bearish gaps that we are wedged between, right? So my thought process is, I want to see this bottom, this first presented 15 go inverse. But as soon as it goes inverse, we see that it tags into this 15 and holds consequent encroachment to the T, right? So let me actually move this back. So at this point, I see it holds consequent encroachment to the T, but we just inverse this one. So we're respecting this 15, but we're disrespecting this 15. So now it's like, is this continuation shorts to the downside, or is it continuation longs off a pullback? And just having to navigate that is very, very tricky. So we come back here and we have this lonely 1 minute bullish fair value gap, and mid session I'm thinking, okay, I need to see this flip for lower. And we see right here, it didn't flip, it held it perfectly, and that's when we see that explosion to the upside. We then wait again, and we come down here and we tag this bullish fair value gap again, and we fail to inverse it and close below it. And so what that tells me is that this 15-minute inverse and this 1 minute bullish respect, it now shows me that we might be able to go higher. And when I see that, what happens is we've respected this 1 minute bullish gap twice. We now have this 1 minute bearish gap that was made on the way down, and it's just a simple continuation long off the bearish inverse, off the pullback, and we get in, and our entry is at 896, and it's a simple 140-point candle, 50-point candle to the upside. And then I got out. Where is it at? Okay, I got out at, where is it at? 1 second. And so we see this enormous rip to the upside, 40-point candle, and I don't usually mark it out on my chart, but we did have this, not, I guess you could call it a swing high, but this is the nearest high. We sweep that, and I just get out cleanly, full out. Nice trade, nice clean continuation long, really textbook, really what you want to see. But I wouldn't call the price action the best. You don't want to see this mumbo jumbo 15-30 minutes into the open. That's never what you want to see. You're in a 115-point range for an hour, not an hour, 45 minutes. But that's the trade for today. Beautiful trade. Hope your boys got a dub. Yeah.